Hi there, everybody. I am Mrs. Felberbaum, and I'm the orchestra teacher at Pinewood and a little bit at Draper. Orchestra is something that you are able to participate in if you want to, starting in third grade. So I'm making this video today mostly for second graders that are coming to third grade next year, but it's for anybody that wants to see my demonstration of the instruments so you can know what instrument choices you could have if you want to sign up for orchestra. And you can do it at any time, grades 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or whenever. But this video is mostly for second graders right now because you guys are all coming over to Pinewood. Usually what I would do is I would come over to Brat and do a big assembly for you guys to show you all your instrument choices and tell you about the orchestra and play for you. But since I can't do the big assembly, I'm going to do it all on this video, and you're going to be able to see everything. And actually, since it's just your video to watch when you want, I'll show you really up close. You're really going to get a good chance to see. Also, since I can't answer questions here like I would usually do when we would be in the assembly, you can get more information on everything through these ways, okay? You can sign up for, you can check out, there's going to be a form to fill out if you're interested. I'm going to hold this up. These are the ways to get in touch with me if you have other questions, okay? More information is coming soon through your class dojo. Keep an eye out with your class teacher, and through third grade parent orientation for parents. If you have any questions, you can ask me anything, anytime. If you want to know more about instruments or more about lessons or anything, just ask me. I will answer all your questions. If you have trouble finding me, my name's Mrs. Felberbaum, and this is how to spell it. Your classroom teacher can help you find me. Mrs. Poutre or Miss Roselli or any of the other teachers can help you find me, or your principal can help you find me too. I'm very excited. I'm going to leave that up there in case you want to pause the video to get how to reach me. But right now I'm going to try to show you some instruments. All right. So in orchestra, if you start it in third grade, there are 4 instruments that you can start in third grade. And those are violin, viola, cello, and bass, which I will show you in a minute. If you have always wanted to play a different instrument that I didn't just say, the flute, the drums, the saxophone, those other instruments, those are band instruments, and those you can start to, but not till 4th grade. So just wait until you're in 4th grade, and then you'll see the band teacher do this demonstration for you, and then you sign up for those instead, okay? But violin, viola, cello, and bass, Mahanas and orchestra, okay? All right, so I'm going to show you them all and play them all for you. Get ready. All right, from smallest to biggest. You might know these from music class. This is one of your choices, the violin. It is the smallest and the highest, and you hold it up just under your chin like this, and it can go a little low, but it's the one that's the highest. Okay, so that's the range. If you want a small instrument, that is the higher. It's very pretty famous one, okay? I'm going to play a little on it so you can hear how it sounds. This is Ode to Joy that even the third graders this year can play. You will also be able to play this by the time you're out when you're in third grade. That's the violin. Another song third graders can play, also very useful, just to give you an idea of how it sounds when you play a little high. Okay, so that's the violin. That's number 1 choice, all right? That's the first option. The next option is very similar. It's the viola. If you notice, it looks very similar to the violin, but it's a little bit bigger. Bigger on string instruments means lower. So you hold it the same as you hold the violin, only it just goes lower. Looks a little bigger. It's my own instrument. I love it. One of my favorites. Okay, so just like the violin, plays the same, looks the same, just bigger and a little lower. Okay, it goes about that high, so if you like the violin but you were like, yeah, that's a little high for me, the viola is a good choice because it's very similar, just doesn't sound as high. All right, here's the same. Here's Ode to Joy on the viola. Sounds very similar. Okay, so there's Ode to Joy. Third grade viola players playing it also. Oh, they can also play Happy Birthday, but they can play it a little lower. All right, so now I just played Fancy Happy Birthday, but that's the viola, okay? Oh, a lot of people ask, these instruments also can play fiddle music. The style of music is still played on the same type of instrument, so it's a style thing, not an instrument thing. So a violin and a viola and a cello and a bass can fiddle. Okay, so same instrument. So violin is the one I showed you before. This is the viola. One of my favorites. I love it. Okay, next is going to be, here I am, hold on, the cello. Much bigger, which also means much lower. This is the one, I'm going to hold it way up so you can see. This is the one that when you see people playing, you have to sit down to play. I'm going to show you. I'm going to lower, going down. Here we go. Okay. So you sit down to play the cello, and it's lower. I have some awesome third grade cello players this year. They're fantastic. It has on the bottom, this is called the end pin, and it sits on the ground to make the cello higher while you're sitting in your chair, okay? I'm gonna stay like this so you can see me. All right, so the cello, just like the others, except you sit and your fingers work the same way. You're just in a bit of a different position. And if you like the violin and viola but still wanted to go lower, cello's a great choice. Here's about how low that goes. Gorgeous sound, beautiful sound, very popular instrument because it sounds so pretty. It's one of my favorites to listen to. So cello can also play Ode to Joy, same as the others, just sounds a little lower. Okay, so very beautiful, mellow sound, gorgeous. All right, let's see. Oh, so I don't know. Here's another song you might know just to hear how the cello sounds. Let's see. can. Okay, so that's the cello. And one other thing that you might see people doing is we play with the bow, and the bow has the horsehairs and all that stuff, right? And the strings and all the parts of the instrument. Sometimes, though, you see players not using the bow. They're playing, and they don't use the bow, and they pluck it. So that's another technique that you will learn. So there you go. You can play the blues on the cello also. So that's the cello, C-E-L-L-O, okay? All right, and then last but certainly not least, we're going from smallest to biggest, so you might know what's coming next. I have to step out of the picture for a minute to get it. Here we go. Ta-da! Here we go. Here's the bass. Okay, the bass is the biggest and the lowest, and it looks like it could be very big and hard to manage, but I will tell you that it doesn't matter how big you are. If you want to play the bass, you can do it, because the bass comes in different, all the instruments come in whatever size fits you. I have some third graders now who have, they're not the tallest ones in their class. They're smaller, and they have a bass that fits them, and they play that bass that fits them. This bass fits me, so I will play this bass for you. But if you are like, oh my gosh, I'm the shortest person in my class, but I want to play the bass, don't worry about it. You should. Whatever you pick is what will make you happy, and that is what you should do. Okay, so just to give you an idea, the bass is the lowest one. It sounds so nice. Gorgeous low sound, but that's high for the bass. I'm gonna go down. I love the bass. The bass is the heart of the orchestra. It's in charge of everything. You can ask all the awesome bass players at Pinewood and Draper and the high school. Okay, so here's Ode to Joy that the third grade bass players are playing this year. So sounds just like the others, only just lower. Super, super cool. Okay, let's see. Oh, I happen to know that I think the Brat school song goes like this. Feel free to sing along. What else? Oh, and the bass also does a lot of plucking, and they also play the blues and all kinds of stuff. All right. That's good for, in the middle school and high school, they have bass players in jazz bands, so those are really good. You always need a bass player. Okay, so if you decide that you, yes, want to play one of these instruments, your parents will be able to get you one to use, which I will discuss with them. And you'll come to lessons with me at school to learn how to play next year. And then after we learn how to play things, we're going to play all together as a big group and orchestra, and we'll do some concerts and all that kind of stuff. If you, again, have any questions, Please ask me anything you want. I'm going to hold this up one more time right here so you can see how to reach me. You can freeze the video. That's how to find me. Or if you know how to find me anyway, visit me anytime and say hello. And those are your 4 choices. So I can't wait to make some music with you guys. It's the greatest thing ever. And I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.